Hello dear students, welcome back to the science class. Dear students, I hope you all are fine at your home and you all are studying well. Today in this video class, we are going to study about the cell, its structure and its function. Okay, I hope you all know this is related to the biology concept. In the previous video class, we learnt about the acid, base and salts. Yes, that is related to the chemistry. Okay, today we'll study about the cell theory. The cell is the smallest unit of life. Yes, you all know very well it is the smallest unit of a life and it is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Define cell. If the question is asked, define cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of a living organism. All the living organisms are made up of cell. Remember. Okay. New cells arise from a pre-existing cells. How the new cells are going to form? How we are getting the new cells in our body? From the pre-existing cells. We are getting the new cells in our body. All the living things are made up of cell only, remember. Okay. All organisms are composed of one or more cells. See dear students, all the organisms, all the living organisms are made up of one or more. It may be one cell or more than one cells. As a human beings, we are having many cells in our body. Our body is made up of many cells. Okay, I hope you understood the definition of a cell. What is cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Let us see the discovery of cell. How the cell is introduced. Okay, how the concept of the cell arrived. That we will see here. The first scientist, that is Robert Hooke, was the first scientist to discover existence of cell with the help of a microscope in 1965. Dear students, you have to remember how this concept existed. Okay, the scientist named Robert Hooke. Who? Robert Hooke was the first scientist. He is one of the scientists and he discovered the existence of cell. Yes, there is the existence of cell is there. He discovered that. Robert Hooke discovered the existence of cell. How he discovered then? With the help of the microscope. As you all see in the microscope instrument. Okay, in the laboratory all. Okay, with the help of a microscope, he discovered the cells. In which year? In the year 1965, he discovered the existence of cell. Who discovered the existence of cell? Robert Hooke. He was the one of the scientists. Okay. He observed thin slice of a cork. Then what is a cork? Here cork is nothing but a part of a bark of a tree. Yes, everyone have seen the tree. Okay, a tree will be having a bark. Okay, for that what he see the slice of cork under a microscope and saw honeycomb structure. When he see that bark of a tree under a microscope, slice of cork under the microscope, what he observed? He observed honeycomb structure. You all know honeycomb. Yes, from where we are getting honey. That will be in a, how it will be? It will be in a box like a structure. Okay, the slice of a cork appeared like a small compartments which were further separated by a wall here. That slice of a cork, how it appeared in a microscope? It appeared like a small compartments here. Like a compartment it appeared. He named each that compartment or box, like which were a compartment is nothing but like a box it will be. He named each box as a cell. Then he named that as one box as a cell he named each box. Okay, each is nothing but here one box he named it as a cell. The cells which Hooke observed were actually dead cells of a plants. Okay, because they were dead here, the cells were dead, which he observed. He was the scientist, he can observe the image, picture of him. Okay, he is one of the scientists, Robert Hooke, and he discovered the cell, the term cell. Okay, yes dear students, in the microscope he observed this like a structure. You can observe it is like a honeycomb like a structure it is. Under the microscope or that whatever he took na, that bark of a tree. Okay, the slice of a cork. He seen that under a microscope and saw honeycomb structure. Like this he saw the honeycomb structures. Okay, I hope you all are understanding the theory of a cell. Yes, dear students, if you are learning any term in a science, even you should be knowing the scientist who discovered and how he discovered, that all the history you should be knowing. For that purpose, here for your basic knowledge I am explaining here. So try to listen properly and you have to note down all the points in a one book. Okay. Then here let us see. Cell. The cell. Cells are the basic structural units of living organism. What are cells? Cells are the basic structural units of living organism. Some organisms are made up of a single cell and some are made up of a many cell. Yes, dear students, all the organisms are in a different number. It may be in some organism may have a one cell, some organism may have a more than one cell, like this. Okay. The number of cells in a tall tree or an animal like an elephant or a human beings are billions or trillions of cells. See, okay, how many number of cells are present in a tall tree? It may be an animal like an elephant or even in a human being body. The cells are like a billions or trillions. Okay, billions. Think, you know very well about mathematics. Billions, millions. Okay, billions and trillions of the cell. Organism made up of many cells are called multicellular organism. Here there are two types of are there. One is a multicellular organism and next one is a unicellular organism. Then define multicellular organism and give example. The important question may arise here. Define multicellular organism and give example. You learnt already, you studied. This is a basic here I am telling. Already you little bit you know, or else you may be forgotten. But here I am going to reminding you all. What is multicellular organism? The organism which is made up of many cells are called a multicellular organism. Example may be tree. Tree is having many cells in its body. Even elephant body, human beings, these all are having many cells in their body. The organisms which are made up of only one cell or a single cell, you can tell. Only one cell or single cell are called a unicellular organism. Dear students, uni is nothing but here single. Multi is nothing but many. So you can remember the definition easily. Unicellular is nothing but the organism. Okay, the organism which is made up of only single cell or one cell are called a unicellular organism. Multi is nothing but many here. Example for unicellular organism is amoeba and paramecium. Here the picture of amoeba they have shown. This amoeba is having only single cell in its body. Even this paramecium is also one of the organism. This amoeba and paramecium these are the living organism. These are having a single cell in their body. But elephant or tree or human beings are having many cells in their body. So these are the multicellular organism, and amoeba and this is amoeba and this is paramecium. These are having many cells in their body. I hope you understood the definition of a cell. Okay, multicellular organism, unicellular organism, and their example also I told here. Okay, let us see the cell structure. Yes, dear student, this is the cell structure. Okay, generally they have given one cell structure. Okay, these parts of the cell structure, let us see one by one. First one, the number 1 here. Here you have to observe the number 1. Okay, the number 1 is a nucleus part. This whatever you can observe here, purple color, that is the nucleus part. Okay, second one is a endoplasmic reticulum. Where is endoplasmic reticulum? Second one here. This is, you can observe the yellow color, that is endoplasmic reticulum. The third one is a cytoplasm. This is the third one. Whatever the blue color you can observe, that is all here cytoplasm. It is covered with a cytoplasm. Next, fourth one is a Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex we are calling. Okay, you can observe the fourth one, the number 4 here. This is the Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus we will call. The next fifth one is a mitochondria. Here this is you can observe the red color, this is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of a cell. Which is the powerhouse of a cell? Mitochondria is the powerhouse of a cell. Next, sixth one is a ribosome. We can observe these are the small, here these ribosomes are present here. This is a ribosome. Next, seventh one, green color. This is the lysosome. Eighth one is a DNA. Ninth one is a cell membrane. The outer layer is the cell membrane. Yes, for your understand knowledge purpose, here I have explained all the I have told only the name of the parts I have told. In the higher studies, you will study all the parts in detail. Okay, this is all about the cell structure. Shape of a cells. Cells are of a different shapes. See dear students, all the cells are not in the same shape. The shape of the cells are different in different organism. Some cells keep changing their shape. Example, amoeba, white blood cells in a human beings. Yes, these are the white blood cells. These, yes, we are having WBC in our body. These are the white blood cells. The shape they will be changing there. Okay, there is no constant shape in amoeba and in a WBC. WBC are present in a human beings. In a human body, we are having a white blood cells. Even their size also will be changing here. Even the shape of the amoeba also will be changing. Some cells are spherical, round, elongated, spindle shaped or branched. You can observe the shape of the amoeba. Yes, here some of the they have given here the shape of the cells here. It will be changing. Okay. Next one is the size of a cells. We have seen here the shape of a cells. Yes, dear students, shapes are different here. Okay, some cells keep changing their cells. Which are those? Amoeba and white blood cells, which are present in a human beings. Some cells are spherical, round, elongated, spindle shaped or branched. These are the shape of a cell. Next, we will see the size of a cells here. Cells in a living organisms are of a different sizes. They may be small as million of meter. Yes, they may be small as million of meter or large as few centimeter. See how much larger? Like a few centimeter, or small as millionth of meter. The smallest cell is the cell of a bacteria. The smallest cell is the cell of a bacteria. It is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. Yes, the smallest cell is the bacteria. Cell of a bacteria. In a bacteria, cells are there. Okay, those are the smallest cell. That the size is from 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. Okay, which is the largest cell then? Egg of an ostrich. The largest cell is the egg of an ostrich. It is 17 centimeter to the 13 centimeter. It is in a centimeter. Largest will be measured in a centimeter. Smallest will be measured in a micrometer. Yes, dear students, you can observe here the cell of a bacteria. In this picture, these all are the cell of a bacteria. Okay, how much it is? 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. We are calling. Okay, which is the largest cell? Okay, it is a egg of an ostrich. You can observe the egg of ostrich. This is the egg of an ostrich. It is 17 centimeter to 13 centimeter. Okay. Yes, dear student, this is one of the picture. Onion peel cells as seen under a microscope. Whenever you peel the onion, we are getting one transparent layer inside. Yes, one transparent layer here. If we see that layer under a microscope, we can observe the cells in this manner. The cells of onion, this is. Onion peel cells. Onion peel is nothing but outside we are having one hard like a structure. When you remove that one, inside we will get one thin layer. That if we see under a microscope, we can observe in this manner. The cells in a onion peel we can observe. Okay. Next we will see human cheek cells as seen under a microscope. This is a human cheek. You all know cheeks. Okay. Those cells which is seen under a microscope here. Okay. Then let us see the parts of a cell. Yes, some of the parts we will see here. The main parts. The main parts of a cell are cell membrane, nothing but a plasma membrane also it is called. Cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. These are the main parts of a cell. Okay, only main parts. Cell membrane gives shape to the cell. Then what is the function of a cell membrane? It gives shape to the cell and it protects the inner parts of a cell and allows the movement of materials in and out of the cell. in a plant cell, and the cell membrane is covered with another thick covering called a cell wall. Yes dear students, again there are two types of cells are there. One is a plant cell and one is a animal cell, that you will be studying in a higher classes. Okay, so cell membrane, what is the function of a cell membrane? It gives shape to the cell and it protects the inside parts. Okay, it protects the inside parts of a cell here, and it allows the movement of materials. Whatever the materials are coming inside and they are going outside, it will help them to allow here. This is all about the cell membrane. Next one is a cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like a substance between the cell membrane and a nucleus. Then what is the cytoplasm? It is one of the jelly-like a substance. You know the gel. Okay, like that the cytoplasm is there. Okay, it is the jelly like a substance between the cell membrane and a nucleus. It contains other components like a mitochondria, Golgi complex, Golgi bodies or Golgi complex, ribosomes, vacuoles. Cytoplasm is having some of the components. It is having some of the components. Which are those components? Mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes and vacuoles. And it is one of the jelly like a substance. Okay, and it is between the cell membrane and the nucleus. Where it is present? Between the cell membrane and the nucleus, the cytoplasm is present. Then what is nucleus? Nucleus is a spherical body generally found in the center of a cell. Where it is found? Where the nucleus is found? It is found in the center of the cell. It has a membrane called a nuclear membrane. That nucleus is having one of the membrane, that is nuclear membrane we are calling. It has a smaller spherical body called a nucleoles, and the thread-like structures called a chromosomes. Thread-like structures in the nucleus we are calling it as a chromosomes, and it is having a smaller spherical body, for that we are calling a nucleoles. The chromosomes carry genes with the transfer characters from parent to the offspring. Offspring is nothing but the young one here. Offspring is nothing but young one here. Then what is the function of these chromosomes? They will carry the genes. Whatever the characters are present in a parent, it has to be passed to the offspring. So the function of the chromosomes will do this function here. Vacuoles are the blank board looking structures in the cytoplasm. Vacuoles are large in a size in a plant cell and small in a size in animal cell. As I have told, there are two types of cells are there. One is a plant cell and another one is an animal cell. Okay. Plant cells have several small colored bodies in the cytoplasm called a plastids. The green colored plastids are called a chloroplast. They contain a chlorophyll which helps in photosynthesis. Nothing but it is found in a plant cell. As you all know, the plants will prepare their own food. Okay, by using a chlorophyll and a carbon, by using a water and carbon dioxide in the presence of a sunlight and chlorophyll. Then what is a chlorophyll here? It is one of the green colored pigment. So the plants are green in color. Why the plants are green in color? Because it is having a chlorophyll pigment. Okay. Yes, dear students, today we learned about the parts of a cell. Okay. And we learned today about size of the cell, shape of the cell, the structure of a cell, the cell and the history, discovery of the cell, that all we studied. So you have to watch this video and make a notes, and you have to read all the points in this. Okay. Till that, have a nice day. We'll meet in the next video class. Thank you dear students. Bye.